Hello guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to another listing. This time this one's influenced by video by the wonderful Sammy G's World of Cinema, which I will link down below for you guys to go and subscribe and look at. He does a wonderful little channel. He loves his films. His films are a bit more wide than mine. Mine are generally pretty much most of the time horror films, but I do like some films that are different, and this 10 will show that. Because he did a video called 10 films he wished he saw on the big screen in the cinema. So I thought, what a wonderful idea for a video. So I thought I'd go through, and it didn't take me long, and I could probably gone through 50 if you're, to be honest, but I've only gone for 10. And these are 10 films that I didn't see in the cinema that I wish I had. So let's crack on. First of all, I believe Sammy also said this in his one, but Psycho. Imagine seeing that on the big screen, the Psycho house, you know, how incredible that must have been. I did go to see the Roman Polanski's remake in the cinema. So that is kind of similar because it is pretty much a blow-by-blow kind of remake. But yeah, to see this in the cinema would have been absolutely incredible. But unfortunately, I was too young when this came out. What year was this? Let's get me glasses, guys. Try and remember. See if I think it was 1960. If I'm saying I'm too young, I wasn't even bloody born. I'm sure it was 1960. I'm sure it was, and I wasn't even born when it came out. So there was no way I would have. Just let me hand it over to my lad. He's here at the moment.
60.
Yeah, 1960. So I wasn't even born. I was born 7 years later. So I wouldn't have caught it in the cinema when it came out. But it would have been amazing to have seen that. Next on the list is one of my favourite it is my favourite Italian director, if not my favourite director probably. And it would have been Dario Argento's Tenebrae, which is my favourite film of his. I was closely second by Opera and then Suspiria, but this one is my favourite. Love to have seen this on the big screen because it was so quite it's just made for big screen. All these sort of Italian films, giallos, imagine seeing them on the big screen, seeing all Italy in its glory. And this is such an amazing film about a guy that writes books, and there's a killer out there copying the kills of the books. And first of all, then the police are accusing all these people around him, his ex-wife, etc. And the story sort of unfolds to its sort of like shocking climatic end. Really cool film. So Tenebrae would have been amazing to have seen on the big screen. Next up is another 1970s film, directed by Alan Parker, who is, I believe, the director of Scum. I'm sure he is. And it's called Midnight Express. This is about a Turkish prison. A guy that is trying to smuggle drugs out of the country, gets caught, and he gets sent to pretty much life in a Turkish prison. It stars John Hurt. He's in the film. Who else was in this film? Let's have a look for you. Peter Guber. No, he's the director. Not bad. Brad Davis, John Hurt, and Randy Quinn all starred in this film. I said the editor's name. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's a fantastic film. This really needs a 4K release. It's such a good film. Really, really cool. It's in that classics that was put out by Sony a long time ago. And I think it really could do with like another redoing. This is an Oscar-winning film. And it's based on a true story, yeah. Midnight Express, absolutely amazing film. It's probably my favourite prison film of all time. It's incredible. Maybe The Green Mile, close second. But yeah, I love this film. It's incredible. Next one. Yes, I definitely didn't see this. I'm thinking about, did I see this in the cinema? It could come out in the 80s, but I don't think I did. And again, it stars John Hurt and stars Anthony Hopkins. And it's The Elephant Man. I absolutely love this film. It's incredible. So to see this on the big screen would have been absolutely amazing. True story about John Merrick. So that would have been really cool to have seen on the big screen. Black and white, grainy, fabulous. It's an amazing film. Sort of horror film of sorts, in the sense of like you see people's behaviour, the way they treat someone with a disfigurement. So the horror comes from that, not from obviously John Merrick. It does look very jarring to look at first of all, but then you get used to it throughout the film. But yeah, it is just a classic film. I believe this is also another Oscar-winning film, The Elephant Man. Next up, I believe, is another Oscar-winning film. I've got a CX stick on the front, guys, because it's holding on my J card, and it's Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which is about a mental institution. It's a 1970s film, and he's a prevalent sort of low crime criminal, and they've sent him there to try and mend his ways. And it's a crazy little film. It really, really is, with an all-star cast. If I can remember who's in it, apart from Jack Nicholson. Christopher Lloyd, he's in it. The young lad that plays the guy in, I believe, Child Play and The Exorcist 3. Brad Dior, something like that. I think that's his name. And Danny DeVito's in it, amongst other stars in this film. There's loads of stars in this film, and they're all sort of like inpatients at this mental institution. They've all got their own sort of problems while they're there, and it's got a little bit of black comedy in there. It's a really cool film. It's a great watch. Yeah, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Jack Nicholson. Absolutely wonderful film. Really cool. Next up is a Western by Sergio. No, it's not Sergio Leone. It's Sergio Corbucci, and it is Django, the original Django. I did see the new one in the cinema, Django Uncharted, I believe, something like that, or Unchained. That's it. Cheers, mate. I was close. No, I was far off, mate. But I'd love to have seen this, to see Franco Nero on the big screen playing Django. Really cool film. It's a great Western. Everyone talks about Clint Eastwood's Dollar trilogy, but the Italian, of course, they are, those Dollar films are actually Italian, because they're directed by Sergio Leone, who's an Italian director. And they're proper spaghetti westerns, and this is the proper spaghetti western, because it is with an Italian cast in Italy, and it's absolutely fantastic. A really cool, gritty kind of western. Highly recommend watching it if you've not seen Django, especially if you've enjoyed the trilogy. It's a really cool film. Next up is a childhood kind of favourite to me, and it's the film that really got me into witches, to be honest, witchcraft. For some strange reason, I really liked the witch in the film. I don't know why, because she was really creepy. But we're talking about The Wizard of Oz, which is an absolute classic, amazing film. It's so cool. Again, with a sort of, not an all-star cast, but it's a really cool film. This is the collector's edition that I've managed to pick up and put down. Stars Judy Garland in it, who was the mother of Lisa Minnelli, or was it the other way around? Was Lisa Minnelli the mother of Judy Garland, or the other way around? I can't remember. Someone will correct me anyway. Yeah, but this is the collector's edition. Absolutely fantastic film. Really cool. I am looking to review this, but I'm going to wait for Christmas time, because it's one of those films that I tend to watch at Christmas time. Don't know why. I think because it was always on. It was always on the TV here in the UK in the 70s at Christmas, and it was sort of like you kind of associate it with that now. But it's an amazing film about. It's a strange story, this one, because it's a fantasy film, but it takes place after a sort of tornado hits this place, Kansas. and Dorothy, played by obviously our main character Judy Garland, gets swept away on this, and she ends up being taken to the land of Oz. And to find her way back, she comes across these characters of the Tin Man, the Straw Man, and the Lion, to go to the Wizard of Oz to find her way back home. But it's a fantasy sort of film. Before films, we had like Willow or Labyrinth or The Dark Crystal. Before all those was the Wizard of Oz, and it's a really, really cool film. And that one would have been amazing on the big screen. Would love to have seen that. So I've only got a couple more left, guys. The last one is probably one of my more predictable ones for me, to be honest, that I would love to have seen on the big screen. And it's Robin Hardy's The Wicker Man. Again, this would have been incredible to have seen on the big screen. Amazing film with Christopher Lee, Edward Woodward, and Britt Eklund. The original, not the Nicolas Cage remake. The original would have been absolutely incredible to see that on the big screen. If you got to see that with that huge Wicker Man on that big screen, then it must have been phenomenal at the time, and also terrifying. It's such a good film. You all know this film. I've reviewed it. I've talked about it so many times. I've done a whole week of it where I reviewed all 3 cuts of it on my channel. It's such a cool film where Edward Woodward plays the police officer going to the island looking for a lost girl, which was actually just a ploy to get him to the island because they want to use him as sacrifice because they had a bad year for their crops. It's a sort of pagan folk horror film, which is amazing, really cool. And last but not least is another great film by Brian De Palma, who I absolutely love, starring the incredible and beautiful Sissy Spacek, and it's Carrie. Such a cool film. A lot of people don't understand my love for this film. They just said, yeah, it's all right, it's a good film. But I am in love with this film. I don't know why. I just don't know why I'm in love with it so much. There's just something about it. I think a lot of it is because it screams the 1970s, 80s period. This is a 1970s film. And it was like we got to see John Travolta for the first sort of time, really, before he went on to do Saturday Night Fever and Grease. And our female lead, apart from Sissy Spacek, what's her name again? Oh, I'm so bad with names, guys. She was in Blowout and other sort of horror films as well. Nancy Allen, that's it. She starred in it as well. So it's the first time I saw these people in this film. But yeah, I mean, Sissy Spacek was well, her screen presence was just, oh, she's just stunning. She's just such a beautiful young girl with long, gorgeous sort of ginger hair. And she was just so, I mean, I was young when I first saw it and I just fell in love with her. So that probably helped. And the fact that she turned to be quite a bit of an evil bitch kind of made me like her even more. But yeah, but it's a great film about a girl being bullied at school, and she finds out she's got these kind of psychic abilities to move objects with her mind. So she seeks her revenge on her bullies and her evil mother, who's also absolutely fantastic in the film. What a film, really cool. So Carrie is another film I would love to have seen out on the big screen. Can you imagine that last scene at the school and seeing her walk out with all blood dripped over her and the school on fire behind her? That must have looked absolutely amazing. Anyway, thanks again, Sammy, for doing that video and recommending other people to do it. That was my 10 films that I would love to have seen on the big screen. So I had Carrie, The Wizard of Oz, The Wicker Man, The Amazing Django, The Incredible One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, The Outstanding Elephant Man, The Heartbreaking Midnight Express, the classic Giallo Tenebrae, and of course the classic beginner slasher Psycho. Cheers, guys.